Hello everyone, welcome back. In my last video lecture, I discussed about diffusion equation and its importance in the reactor theory. We also discussed about the boundary conditions that are used to eliminate the arbitrary constants invited by the diffusion equation. In today's lecture, we are going to apply this diffusion equation to solve a specific problem. This is the diffusion equation that we discussed in the last lecture. Dou n by dou T will be equal to production minus leakage minus absorption. This n is the neutron density. That is, the time rate of change of neutron density is given by the right hand side. Under steady state, that means if n is constant with respect to time, then the left hand side becomes 0, and then rearranging the right hand side, we can write production is equal to leakage plus absorption. If the source emitting neutrons, if it is of point type or a line type, or if it is a plane source, then the production term S is 0 except at particular source position. That means except at source position, at all other points S will be equal to 0. If we put S is equal to 0, this equation becomes d del square phi minus sigma a phi will be equal to 0. This equation, now it is a homogeneous differential equation. This is applicable at all points except at the source position. Now just dividing this entire equation by d, then you get del square phi minus sigma a divided by d into phi will be equal to 0. Or in other words, you can write that equation as del square phi minus k square phi is equal to 0, where we have taken k square is equal to sigma a by d. If you just look at the dimensions of this k square, sigma a has dimension of inverse length and d has the dimension of length. Therefore, the dimension of k square is L to the power of minus 2. Hence, this equation, equation 1, is analogous to wave equation. To solve this wave equation, we are applying this to a point source in an infinite medium. We have a point source and the medium is infinite. Then we can use the most suitable coordinate system to solve this problem will be the spherical coordinate system. In spherical coordinates, you know that the flux will be same in all directions. That means there will be no theta and phi dependence. It is enough if you take only the r variable. Then expressing this del square in spherical coordinates and taking only r dependence and neglecting theta phi variation, this equation can be written like this: del square phi minus k square phi is equal to 0. These first two terms, they represent del square phi. Remember, this equation is a homogeneous differential equation and it is not applicable at source point or at source position, that is when r is equal to 0. Now applying the boundary conditions, we have to apply boundary conditions. This is a second order linear differential equation, homogeneous differential equation. To solve this differential, when you solve this differential equation, obviously this will invite certain arbitrary constants. In order to eliminate these arbitrary constants, one has to use certain boundary conditions. The appropriate boundary conditions for this problem are: the flux is finite everywhere except at the source. Except at the source point, the flux is finite everywhere. And the second boundary conditions that we use is the total number of neutrons passing through the surface of the sphere, that is 4 pi r square, must be equal to the source strength when r tends to 0. That means limit r tending to 0, this 4 pi r square j, that is the neutron density, current density, will be equal to 1. We use these two boundary conditions to eliminate the arbitrary constants invited by the diffusion equation, that is equation number 3. To start with, we use phi is equal to some u by r in this equation. if we put phi is equal to u by r, then automatically this reduces to a very simple form, that is d2u by dr2 minus k square u will be equal to 0. And the auxiliary equation for this will be equal to d square minus k square into u will be equal to 0, or d will be equal to plus or minus k. Then the general solution for this equation will be u will be equal to a e to the power of minus kr plus c e to the power of kr. In terms of phi, we know that phi is equal to u by r. Therefore, phi is equal to a e to the power of minus k r by r plus c into e to the power of kr by r, where this a and c are arbitrary constants. Now you have to eliminate this arbitrary constants by applying the appropriate boundary conditions that we have discussed just now. How to eliminate these constants? The first constant, that is c, can be eliminated very easily. How do you do that? See, the flux should be finite everywhere except at the source. Therefore, you can notice that this, you have to put c is equal to 0. If you do not put c is equal to 0, then at r is equal to infinity, we have an infinite medium here. At r is equal to infinity, this flux becomes infinity. You get e to the power of c into e to the power of infinity. E to the power of infinity is infinity. Therefore, this flux becomes infinite. The only way to rescue from this is put c is equal to 0. Once if we put c is equal to 0, you get phi is equal to a e to the power of minus kr by r. By applying the first boundary condition, we found the value of c. C is equal to 0. Now we will use the second boundary condition. For that, you have to use fixed law of diffusion. From fixed law of diffusion, we have j is equal to minus d gradient of phi. Then it is minus d by dr of a e to the power of minus kr by r, because c we have taken it as 0. Then j is equal to, if you differentiate this with respect to r, then you get this equation just by applying u by v formula, that is vu dash minus uv dash by v square. We get this equation, and after simplification we get j is equal to dA into e to the power of minus kr into kr plus 1 divided by r square. Remember, still this a is the arbitrary constant, we have to eliminate this. To eliminate this second arbitrary constant, we use the second boundary condition. What is the second boundary condition? As r tends to 0, this 4 pi r square j is equal to 1. J we have found from fixed law of diffusion. If you substitute for j, then limit r tending to 0, 4 pi r square into j will be equal to 1. This r square and r square cancels out. Then limit r tending to 0, 4 pi dA e to the power of minus kr into kr plus 1 will be equal to 1. Now if you put r is equal to 0 here, then e to the power of 0 is 1. This term becomes 0. Therefore, 4 pi dA will be equal to 1. Or in other words, a will be equal to 1 by 4 pi d. Thus we get phi is equal to, if you substitute the value of a in the expression, see we found this is the expression for flux. We know c is equal to 0. Now we have got a value. Now if you put the a value, then the flux will be equal to e to the power of minus kr divided by 4 pi dr. This is how one can obtain the flux by solving the diffusion equation. Now you can notice from this equation 10 that the flux depends only on r, because 4 pi and d are constants. It depends only on r. It varies as e to the power of minus kr by r. If the medium has more than one source, then you have to take the contribution from all these source points. This is how diffusion equation can be applied for a particular problem to obtain the flux. Thank you very much.